So yeah, the time has come. Like I was supposed to make this video 2 days ago, but this man finally got fired. And I kind of figured it was gonna happen mid-season too because this Titans and the way the Titans were looking week in, week out just kept looking more and more depressing as the weeks went by. Now we in a situation where we have to freaking find another head coach. And the reason why this is so detrimental because you drafted a number one overall pick. You had the thought of firing Brian Callahan before the season. And the fact of the matter is you didn't do that. And now we 6 games in, and now you want to fire him. This is a joke. Why in the world are we in a situation where we looking so dysfunctional, so incompetent that we are one of the laughing stocks of the league? I see tweets now. It's like, oh, well, you lost to the Titans, so like you should be quiet. Like I should not be experiencing it. Why am I experiencing that again? The Titans should be the standard of bad football. It looked like we were the standards besides the Browns and who else? I believe that's just the Browns for right now. I hate it. I legit hate the fact that we in this position the way we are today. But maybe things change. But I don't know, man. It's frustrating. I'm tired of being part of this mess because I feel like this team should be way better than what it is. We should have won week 1. There's a chance we could have won week 2. Like, it was set up for us to try to win these games. But we just couldn't get it done. Freaking Denard Wilson, the defense, has been playing fantastic majority of the season. Each game we play, it's not just like, oh, well, the game that started, everybody has a chance. No, the game will start. The game will be looking bad for the freaking offense. But guess what? The defense keep us afloat almost every single time. Almost every single time. But since the offense can get over the hump, or the offense putting the defense in short fields, that's what leads to the opposing team offense to get going. So, and I knew it was gonna have to get to a point where the players were gonna have to get show their frustration publicly for them to make a move like this. And Jeffrey Simmons, for example, made sure he pointed out his grievances with how practice went the last week, and he said that Thursday or Wednesday practice, I forgot which one, was they came out flat and they looked garbage. He said, and then a report came out that Jeffrey Simmons went up to freaking I guess the offensive side of the ball, and he said, listen, we're not going to do this. Let's start this thing over. Because he said it was 10 times that J.C. Latham, who just came back from a hip injury, looked horrible. Why did it have to take a player to freaking call out that crap, bro? I thought this freaking staff was different than my verbal staff. I thought this staff was more detailed. I thought they said it was a moment where with Callahan staff they give you X, Y, Z. They map out like different things that can or potential outcomes that can happen when they call plays and stuff like that. I thought they was different. Obviously they wasn't, and I knew they wasn't because my verbal style. Trust me, like I understand like the details aspects of it, but the way they freaking look on Sundays, they look way more detailed than the Callahan style, way more detailed. And this roster right here, I'm not telling last year, this roster right here was way better than the freaking last 2 years of my verbal team, like overall. But I don't know, man. I like maybe my rival kind of like was hesitant on making splash moves or something like that. But I don't know. Because I feel like if he had a better team around him, that team he would never gotten fired, no doubt. And I just regret that we fired my rival because I just knew we would not see the success folks thought they would. Folks thinking like, oh, we need an OC, we need offensive minded head coach, we need offensive minded head coach, we need like, okay, bet. Because I already knew, and I'm not even a freaking front office member. Never been part of NFL front office. Never been part of NBA front office. Never been part of soccer, baseball. No type of front office. But I knew this from basic knowledge. It's like, bro, you don't know. Like it goes a lot beyond the freaking play sheets. Like, can you manage a locker room when the freaking is looking back? Can you freaking rally guys in? Like, it was multiple things. Like, are you a relationship builder? Like, are you adaptable? Like, it was more. It was way beyond freaking being like a good play caller or how good his play sheet is. No, it's about the freaking human aspect of it. Because eventually, like what just happened, folks will get tired of you if they feel like you cannot do your job properly. I knew that was going to be a case with offensive head coach because look at the Miami Dolphins. They had a good, year and a half run. Now look where they at. Now they finna probably potentially fire Mike McDaniel. And guess what? Folks knew from his team with the 49ers, yeah, he was a good freaking strategist, play caller and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he wasn't a relationship builder. He was more worried about trying to call plays. He was in the office. That's the only thing he was worried about doing. He wasn't trying to worry about trying to rally guys in and try to make sure like they don't lose the locker room and stuff like that. He wasn't worried about that because he knew at the end of the day that was Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch's job to freaking control the locker room and stuff like that if it goes up. But yeah, man. And now we in a situation where they keep trying to freaking get offensive-minded head coaches to be Kent Ward, Center Cole. Like at the end of the day, I feel like they are not going to hire a first-year head coach, a first-year offensive-minded head coach anymore because we are too late in the stage for it to mess up right now. Listen, Kent Ward. I understand what folks thinking offensive mind gonna unlock his untapped potential, but no, listen real quick. I feel like Cam Ward with his ability, I think it needs, in my opinion, a defensive head coach. And here's why. This is the argument I can present for wanting a defensive-minded head coach. So when Brian Flores was the freaking head coach of the Dolphins, we all know he didn't want to. He wanted Justin Herbert. But the fact of the matter is, when Tua played, the Dolphins, in each game Tua played in, the Dolphins had a chance to win. Now, the reason why the Dolphins didn't freaking win those games because Tua ultimately didn't feel like he was embraced fully in that freaking style, and he also wasn't ready to take the next step up under Brian Flores. So you can say Brian Flores halted his development in a way because at the end of the day, with defensive head coach, they just don't want you to turn the ball over and put the defense in short field. That's the end of the day, and I just feel like, with that instilled in Cam Ward, I feel like his playmaking abilities may be hindered a little bit, but I feel like that would be best for business because at the end of the day, you don't want to put the defense in short fields. And with his playmaking, I feel like he should still be elite as a playmaker. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like the stuff he does, try to extend plays, taking sacks and stuff like that, we don't need that because because our defense gonna have to be the one that wins the games. And we need to be more prepared on Sundays. And I feel like with Brian Flores, his group was always prepared on Sundays. And now he freaking got a new perspective on defense. His defense is still one of the best in the league. He's not blitzing 20% like he used to. And like I said, if he could get the staff right, if he get a great offensive coordinator, he said now that he might get hired for a head coaching job, but at least you hire an offensive head coach, a good QB's coach, a freaking offensive strategy / what did we call them? like pass game or run game coordinator or something like that. Like if you hire the right folks in those jobs, or you keep some of Brian Callahan's staff like within the fold. I also feel like the Norman Wilson should stay, but I don't know if the Titans gonna retain him. But I feel like he should stay, if especially if Brian Flores, if he can come to tell. And I think they had some type of connection in. But yeah, anyways, like yeah, we should not rule out defensive minded coaches at all because like they most of the time know how to strategize a game better than the freaking offense because like they not only worry about the defense, they also have to worry about the offense. And I think it was a time where Robert Saleh, like when he got fired, he got hired as a, what, the Packers offensive sometimes like an offensive advisor or something like that. But we all know he's defensive minded, right? But no, the reason why he took the job was to get perspective and gain information on like what the offense do in certain situations. I feel like that can help gain experience for defensive minded head coaches that you probably would not see like as often as offensive minded head coaches would do because I don't think I've saw an offensive minded head coach decide to oversee a defense or something like that and what they be thinking about. I don't know. That's just me. I'm ranting. I'm very frustrated about this outcome. I feel like the next head coach, we should not be close-minded to any head coach, right? Robert Saleh, freaking Brian Flores, Joe Brady, who else? Who else they was named? Like Mike McCarthy, uh, and so on and so forth. Like I feel like the Titans nowadays, like I know Joe Brady's a first year head coach. I'll just give you an example, but I feel like they are trending the other direction. Mike Finn get an experienced head coach. We will see, but that's all I got to say for today's video. Hopefully you guys like, comment, subscribe. This is your boy Trail, and I'm out.